Hey guys, Bolt here. I tried to do this video a couple of times before, but the mic wasn't working when I reviewed it. Um, and it just occurred to me that I had my sound off. Go ahead and call me an idiot. Not really. Today I'm going to be featuring airbending. Airbending is one of the 4 elements on with the bending plugin. It's modeled after the Avatar series. Wait, forgot to turn chat off. So the basic moves that you need to know, or the basic commands that you need to know, are slash bending choose, and then whatever your element is, slash bending bind, and then whatever the moves are, slash bending display, and then slash bending display element. Replace element or move with whatever element or move it is. So for airbending, passive abilities are you take no fall damage, you sprint faster, and have a higher jump boost. So I jumped like 3-4 blocks there. Speed 2 and jump boost 3, I think that was. Come on, sprint, sprint, sprint. Yeah, I think that was 3 because I went up like 3 or 4 blocks. But the first move today is air spout. If you punch with the slot selected, if this will work, there we go. A little bit of lag here. But you get a little tower of air that will suspend you. You can move, but your speed is a bit slower than walking. But this is useful for going over trees, getting on top of walls. I've used this at night to avoid mobs, and it works pretty good. Next, your only directly damaging attack is air swipe. If you punch with the slot selected, you'll get this little swipe of air that will destroy plants and hurt mobs or players. But if you sneak, however, until you see smoke and release, you'll get a bit of a bigger swipe, which will do a bit more damage. I think I saw some mobs over there, so I can show you that if I can sprint here. I don't know why, but whenever I try to sprint, it almost never works. Yeah, so here's some sheep. Ton of passive mobs over here. I've got to remember that. Alright, here. A sheep. Just a punch. Okay, if I can hit him. Punch does 1 heart. And that didn't really do anything. Yeah, he's gone. If I have time, I can demonstrate that move again. But then if we can return to our field of elements, give me a minute to do that. Alright, we're back over here. It is jump boost 3. But next we have tornado. If you sneak below you, sneak is to activate it, but if you look below you and do it, then you get a bit higher than air spout. So that's a bit kind of useful for going over higher walls. Then you can also look somewhere else and do it. This will displace any mobs, players, or ground items, so like the seeds. And almost all of... Okay, mouse. Work, mouse. Okay, Okay, there we go. Okay, but then you can sneak and move it around, then you can displace ground items. So there, seeds were pushed kind of over there. But then that can be used to basically fling mobs in the air, and then they take the resulting fall damage. So sometimes I'll do like 3 or 4 hearts. But next, it does no initial damage though. But next we have air shield. This is pretty much a defensive move that, as you can see, does not really allow you to move. You can, but it's not a lot. You can't exactly attack, but you can punch stuff, but no air swipes. But then this will displace any ground items and push mobs back. It'll also deflect any arrows and firebending. I've never tried this out with a ghast ball, so I would be ready to move if you're facing a ghast while using that. Alright, 5th, we have air burst. If you sneak to charge it, and then once you see smoke, release to get a kind of dome of air. But if you punch, you'll create a cone shape, which is more appropriate if you have allies with you. Or your pet pig. But if you fall from a great enough height, tornado is also usable. then you get kind of that wall that'll push them upwards a bit too. So that'll fling them really really far. I think it would go probably to the end of my rendering distance. Next we have Air Scooter. This is probably one of my favorite moves, because it gives you really far. Okay, when it works, it gives you really good distance. But you sprint, punch, jump, and punch while looking at the sky. And then you kind of saw I was like by that lake, and I came all the way over here. But that is really tricky to get the hang of, so I'd practice that. I'd find a good open field to practice that with before trying to actually use it in combat or something. Next we have Air Bubble. This is similar to Water Bubble if you've seen that video first. It'll pretty much just push back any water near you, but it has a much smaller radius. With water, it went back to about, well, I could pretty much when I was at the bottom, right about here, I could pretty much, no, I was like right here. With Water Bubble, that next tier of water was gone, but so it's a lot smaller than Water Bubble, but still pretty useful. And I am on the wrong side of here. So let's get back over to our actual field. Alright, now that we're actually where I want to be, let's get rid of these. Actually, no, we'll keep the seeds in range. Next is Air Blast. This can be used to push any mobs or ground items away. So you saw the seeds came all the way over here from there, about there. But then this can also, actually I'm going to come over here where it's a lot less grass. But also, you can't, now this is not the next move, but you can sneak to create a target point. The wind will push from that target in the direction you're pointing at. So if I'm like pointing over there, you should see the wind go that way. But now we'll simply, if I can, come on, sneak. There we go. We'll just push it to right there. And then that even pushed me, so it's got a really far rendering distance. But the next move is a bit more suitable for pulling mobs and players and ground items towards you. I need an item. Where'd my item go? It's not really useful for. Actually, it is pretty useful for breaking a block if you're really high up, because then it'll suck the block towards you. Okay, so we'll find a different slot for this. Okay, this is confusing, but this is air suction, and this can also be used to. Okay, seriously, there are no seeds? Alright, this is annoying, so we'll shave down in forest. There we go. But this is air suction. You can use this to pull items and mobs towards you, but it's not very useful for a creeper. I don't see why you would want a creeper near you, but you have your reasons. But you can sneak to create a destination point, and then the item will be sucked towards that, and that kind of got flung a bit. But then the item will be pulled towards there instead of at you. So that's kind of helpful if your house is in the sky. Then you can simply then you have like a kind of a walkway. You can just target the side of your house, get the creeper onto the walkway while in an air spout so it can't blow up. And then just set the destination, pull it off, or use air blast to shove it off. On another server, me and my friend Shadow Scam actually had a house up in the air, but then the server shut down. But that is airbending, so I hope you guys like it. We got the moon out. Pretty moon. I will be putting water, earth, and fire on at the same time I upload this video, so keep an eye out for those. Then the link to this server and a list of other servers will be in the description. Hope you guys like it. And I'm sorry I have to go into the inventory for this. That's the only way to get my mouse out.